Welcome to the channel. Today, we're diving into an incredible story about a rare United Kingdom One Shilling coin from the UK. A small piece of history that could be worth a huge amount of money today. If you've ever wondered if an old coin could be your lucky ticket to a fortune, you won't want to miss this. Let's find out why this coin is getting so much attention. Let's get started. First up, to imagine owning a single coin that could change your entire life. A coin so rare, so steeped in mystery and royal legacy, that collectors would pay a fortune just to hold it in their hands. Today, we're diving deep into the enigma of the 1953 United Kingdom One Shilling, a coin that's become the center of intense global interest, whispered about in collector circles as a potential multi-million-dollar treasure. What makes this small silver piece so outrageously valuable? Could this be the coin that makes you a billionaire overnight? Keep watching, because you're about to uncover the jaw-dropping truth behind the crown jewel of British coinage. 1953. One shilling is not your average old coin. This was the first circulating shilling issued under Queen Elizabeth II, making it a historic transition piece from her father, King George VI, to her reign. But what makes this coin utterly spellbinding is its rare variation, the version without ind imp, and bearing the legend Elizabeth II de Gratia Brit Om Regina, around the young laureate bust of the Queen. For seasoned numismatists, these differences are like finding an ancient map with hidden locations. Each word, each design, signals deeper rarity and explosive value. The abbreviation Brit OMN, meaning Queen of all the Britons, cements its link to the vast British Empire, stretching across continents. Now let's talk artistry and symbolism. On the obverse, Queen Elizabeth II appears in her youthful elegance, crowned not with jewels, but with the future of a new era. The detail in her laureate bust, signed discreetly by designer Mary Gillick with the initials MG, exudes a regal simplicity. Flip the coin, and you're met with a powerful image, the crowned English shield of arms, proudly dividing the year 1953, with Fad Def, Defender of the Faith, inscribed above. Below, in bold type, One Shilling, a denomination that echoes the rhythms of British history for over 1,000 years. This isn't just currency, it's a royal proclamation struck in metal. But that's not all. A very select few of these coins feature unusual minting quirks, minute alignment shifts, subtle variations in the crown's embellishment, or slightly off-centered inscriptions. These anomalies, barely visible to the naked eye, could send the coin's value skyrocketing into the millions. In high-grade mint state or uncirculated condition, these shillings become unicorns of the coin world. Auction houses like Spink, Heritage Auctions, and Stack's Bowers have seen bidding frenzies over similarly rare British coins. Imagine placing a coin on the market and seeing collectors from 5 continents drive up the price minute by minute. That's the kind of fire this coin ignites. The historical backdrop adds even more drama. 1953 was the coronation year of Queen Elizabeth II, a global event watched by millions on newly acquired television sets. The issuance of new coinage to mark her ascension was a matter of national pride and global symbolism. But because the coin bore no trace of Indimp, Emperor of India, which was officially dropped after Indian independence, it marked a critical shift in Britain's identity. A small inscription changed forever, symbolizing the end of the British Empire and the dawn of a modern Commonwealth. This tiny shilling holds that historic turn in its silver skin, making it one of the most symbolically loaded coins ever minted. And yes, let's address the elephant in the room, the question everyone asks. Is it really worth millions? Can a coin that once bought by a loaf of bread now buy you a penthouse in New York or a private island in the Caribbean? In rare cases, yes. If you own a near-perfect 1953 One Shilling with the right errors, exact portrait variations, flawless detail, and solid provenance, you're not just sitting on silver, you're sitting on a fortune. Even lesser examples can sell for thousands, especially when demand surges after viral news. TikTok trends or collector forums light up with fresh discoveries. So how do you know if you have one of these extraordinary 1953 One Shillings? Tucked away in a drawer, don't just glance at it and move on. Study it, treasure it, and investigate its secrets. It could be your ticket to unimaginable wealth. And even if you're just a fan of royal history or rare collectibles, this coin is one of the most fascinating pieces ever struck by the Royal Mint. It bridges monarchs, empires, and ages, making it not just metal, but living history. If you're lucky enough to hold one, you're holding more than money. You're holding destiny. Next up to the imagine, holding in your hands a coin so mysterious, so rare, and so cloaked in hidden prestige that it could change your life overnight. This isn't just another piece of pocket change. This is the legendary 1954 United Kingdom. 1 shilling, an ultra-rare numismatic treasure that bridges the legacy of King George VI and the dawn of Queen Elizabeth II's reign. Minted during a transitional time, this coin is said to possess an almost mythical value, with collectors and historians alike calling it a potential holy grail of British coinage. Could this be the million-dollar coin you've unknowingly overlooked in a family collection or inherited box? Let's unlock the visual marvel of this coin. On one side, the crowned English shield of arms sits powerfully in the center, dividing the date 1954. The legend above proudly proclaims Fide Defensor, meaning defender of the faith. Below, it declares its denomination with bold authority. 1 shilling. Designed by William Gardner and marked with his initials WG, the coin emanates national pride with the detailed heraldry of England, including symbols like the Tudor, rose flanked by the thistle and shamrock, representing Scotland and Ireland respectively. Every design choice screams sovereignty, history, and craftsmanship of the highest order. Now flip the coin, and the narrative deepens. One variant astonishingly features the young laureate bust of Queen Elizabeth II with the regal inscription, Elizabeth II, De Gratia Brit Omne Regina, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen of all the Britons. But here's the plot twist. This version does not include the typical Imp, Empress of India, a detail that radically sets it apart. Why is that important? Because by 1954, India had already gained independence, making this coin a rare post-imperial issue. The absence of Imp isn't an omission. It's a deliberate and historic marker of an empire in transformation. Rarity is everything in the coin world, and this shilling is wrapped in mystery. Official records say that no 1 shilling coins were released for public circulation in 1954. That's right, none. But a few examples, perhaps test strikes or collectors' proofs, somehow found their way into existence. Theories swirl around how they escaped the Royal Mint, maybe presented to dignitaries, stored in vaults, or even released by mistake. This whisper of the unknown makes the 1954 1 shilling a coin of legend. In auctions and private deals, if such a piece is confirmed authentic and in uncirculated condition, collectors have speculated values skyrocketing into the millions. So, could this be the coin that makes you a billionaire overnight? The simple answer is absolutely possible. Collectors and historians agree. If an original untouched specimen with these precise characteristics is discovered, it could command a fortune. It's not just a coin. It's a tangible artifact from the changing of eras, a silent witness to the end of Imperial Britain and the rise of a modern monarchy. And when you factor in its near non-existent population, its pristine design, and its unusual transitional elements, you're not just looking at a valuable coin, you're looking at a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. But the magic doesn't stop with history. The coin's metallic composition, weight, and dimensions add to its grandeur. Typically struck in cupronickel, with a diameter of 23.5 millimeters and weighing 5.66 grams, the coin was intended for everyday utility, but not this particular version. Its fine edges, sharp strikes, and potentially proof-like finish distinguish it from regular circulation pieces. Imagine seeing those razor-sharp details under a magnifier, the gleam, the heritage, the unbroken chain of sovereign design. It's mesmerizing, unforgettable, and undeniably powerful. Today, coin experts and elite collectors comb through estate sales, vintage collections, and overseas archives hoping to spot this exact coin. A confirmed and certified 1954 Elizabeth II. 1 shilling with the design you now know could command attention at Sotheby's, heritage auctions, or even private dealer forums in London, Dubai, and Hong Kong. In short, owning one is like holding a golden lottery ticket, and the buzz around it is only growing. As people uncover forgotten coins in old tins and drawers, everyone is asking, so, If you've got an old coin stash somewhere, now is the time to look. Dig deep into your collection, your family's heirlooms, your childhood coin albums. Because if you find this specific 1954 one shilling, you're not just holding history. You could be holding unimaginable wealth. Remember, only a few are known, and even fewer in mint state. It's not hype, it's numismatic royalty. This could be your moment to turn copper into gold, history into fortune. Stay with us as we reveal more hidden treasures in the world of rare currency, because your next discovery might just make you the next overnight millionaire. Next up to the, have you ever wondered if an old coin could be your golden ticket to unimaginable wealth? Buckle up, because we're about to take you on a mind-blowing journey into the world of ultra-rare British currency. A world where a single coin, just one seemingly simple shilling, might be worth not hundreds, not thousands, but millions of dollars. This isn't a myth, and it's not a dream. We're diving deep into the majestic story of the legendary 1955 United Kingdom bicentennial 1 shilling coin. A coin so rare, so historically charged, and so fiercely sought after by elite collectors, it could turn your life around overnight. Now, what makes this particular coin, minted during the twilight transition from King George VI to Queen Elizabeth II, so incredibly rare and valuable? It's not just about age. This 1955 1 shilling carries a peculiar fingerprint of royal history. On one side, it features the young laureate bust of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right, encircled by the Latin inscription, Elizabeth II, Dei gratia Brit omno regina, meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen of all the Britons. That one line alone carries the weight of centuries, a declaration of power over the United Kingdom, its crown dependencies, and overseas territories. And unlike later issues, this version omits IND-IEMP, the former title of Empress of India, phased out after Indian independence. That absence adds to the mystique and extreme rarity. But that's not all. Flip the coin, and you'll see the traditional crowned English shield of arms proudly dividing the date, 1955, a design that whispers of British military and royal legacy. Beneath that, the bold legend 1 shilling rests on a coin that some believe was produced in exceptionally limited numbers. Perhaps only a handful escaped melting or circulation. The initials MG and WG on either side acknowledge the revered designers Mary Gillick and George Kruger Gray, whose meticulous artistry gives this coin both aesthetic prestige and collector's magnetism. Now, the internet is buzzing with rumors, and rightly so. There are whispers of secret auctions, private collectors offering 7 figures, and museums willing to pay just to display one. This particular version, with its extremely specific details, the missing IND-EMP, the crowned arms, and the unblemished, lustrous surface of uncirculated condition, has become a numismatic unicorn. It's not just a coin. It's a symbol of a changing empire, a crossover of 2 monarchs, and a piece of royal metal infused with the spirit of British sovereignty. Some numismatists believe that this coin may never have been released into general circulation. Others speculate it was a pattern coin or a private commemorative issue. Either way, its mysterious origin story makes it all the more desirable. Rarity drives value, and in this case, legendary scarcity meets flawless craftsmanship. Recent buzz suggests collectors in Europe and Asia have offered staggering amounts, over $1 million in hush-hush deals, and some claim even more, depending on its grade and provenance. In mint condition, with clean fields and sharp devices, its value skyrockets. Imagine holding this little piece of metal and realizing that you're holding a vault of wealth in your hand. This isn't just any collectible. This is an investment that could make you a billionaire overnight. That's right, overnight. If you've got this coin in your drawer, in an old inherited album, or tucked away in a forgotten collection, you could be sitting on a fortune. This is not a marketing gimmick. This is real historical treasure that serious collectors and institutions dream of owning. So how can you tell if yours is the real deal? Look for these critical markers: the young, uncrowned portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, the absence of IND-IMP, the Brit Omn inscription, the crowned arms on the reverse, and the designer's initials MG and WG. If these match, and your coin shines in uncirculated glory, you could be in possession of one of the most valuable British coins in history. Take it to a trusted expert or numismatist and brace yourself, because the appraisal might just change your life. This coin isn't just currency. It's a crown jewel of British numismatics, a hidden masterpiece that bridges monarchs and eras. With its unmatched rarity and soaring demand, it captivates collectors and investors alike, whispering the promise of fortune to anyone lucky enough to own it. So check your old boxes, dig through those forgotten collections. But before you rush off to check your collection, make sure to like, comment, and share this video with fellow treasure hunters. You never know. Someone you know might be sitting on this coin without realizing its astronomical value. And if you want to see more jaw-dropping discoveries and coin stories that could make you rich, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. This is just the beginning. The next millionaire could be you. Next up in the vast realm of rare and coveted coins, there exists one majestic artifact that collectors whisper about with awe. The 1956 United Kingdom bicentennial 1 shilling, a coin shrouded in royal heritage, mystery, and untold value. This isn't just any piece of old currency. It's a window into an era where monarchs reigned with reverence, and every engraving echoed the might of an empire. What makes this coin utterly fascinating is its dual lineage, linking the final shadows of King George VI with the radiant dawn of Queen Elizabeth II, all captured in cold, glinting metal. While many coins from the mid-20th century have faded into obscurity, this particular shilling has grown in mystique, commanding soaring attention from elite collectors across the globe. Take a closer look and you'll uncover an artistic marvel. On one side, we find Elizabeth II crowned in youthful grace, bearing the revered Latin inscription, Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Brit Omne Regina, translated as Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen of all the Britons. The phrase Brit Omne is of massive historical weight, referring not just to the United Kingdom, but to all British territories and dominions across the globe, making this coin a silent emblem of the fading British Empire. Beneath this majestic portrait are the initials, MH, representing the designer Mary Gillick, whose youthful depiction of Elizabeth II became iconic, symbolizing hope, strength, and continuity after the turmoil of war. Now, turn the coin over and prepare to be stunned. Here lies the crowned English shield of arms, meticulously detailed, splitting the date 1956 with regal authority. Above it, the declaration Fid Def, Defender of the Faith, and below, the denomination 1 shilling. But this is where the real intrigue lies. Unlike other British coins of the period, this coin bears no IND, meaning Emperor of India, a title officially dropped after India's independence. This omission isn't just a typographical detail. It marks a historical turning point, making this coin an extremely rare transitional relic, bridging two monarchs and two eras. It's subtle, it's profound, and it sends collectors into a frenzy. Imagine holding in your hands a piece of history minted during a time of global change. The post-war years, the end of empire, the rise of a young queen. The 1956 shilling is far more than just currency. It's a symbol, a rare heirloom infused with layers of geopolitical, cultural, and artistic meaning. Some numismatists argue that certain versions of this coin, especially those in pristine condition or with misstrikes, could command astronomical values and in the right auction room even climb toward million-dollar figures. Yes, you heard that right. This humble 1 shilling coin could, in theory, make its owner a multi-millionaire overnight if the right collector enters the bidding war. You may be wondering, how can something so small carry such unimaginable wealth? The answer lies in rarity, story, and condition. A coin like this, if kept in mint state or untouched by circulation, becomes a unicorn in the eyes of collectors. Just a single blemish could cut its value in half, but a perfectly preserved version, especially one with traceable provenance and historical documentation, can become the centerpiece of a royal collection. Some believe that only a few of these ultra-rare 1956 shillings, possibly error coins or special strikes, still exist in such pristine form, making them almost mythical. Now imagine the thrill of finding one in your attic, in a forgotten drawer, or tucked inside an old coat pocket. That moment, that discovery, is what drives millions of treasure hunters and numismatic enthusiasts around the world. They aren't just searching for coins, they're chasing legends. And the 1956 1 shilling, with its rich lineage and mysterious variants, is the holy grail of that quest. It has the potential to turn an ordinary day into an extraordinary fortune. Is the 1956 bicentennial shilling the most valuable and expensive British coin of its kind? Among specialists, it's considered a top-tier collectible, especially in error-free, uncirculated condition, with historical annotations. Its unique features, the absence of Ind Imp, the Brit Omen legend, the transitional iconography, place it in a league of its own. Market prices for rare coins are skyrocketing, and with the right hype, media attention, or a celebrity collector expressing interest, its value could soar beyond estimation. It is not just a coin, it's an artifact, a legacy, and potentially, a golden ticket to unimaginable wealth. So if you think you've seen it all in the world of collectibles, think again. The 1956 One Shilling of Elizabeth II, in its purest, most historic form, might just be your chance to rewrite your story, one shilling at a time. Keep your eyes open, check your collections, and never overlook the power of pocket change, because one rare coin can change your life forever. Next up to the have you ever held a coin in your hand and wondered if it could change your life forever? Well, today, you might just discover that very coin, the legendary and elusive 1957 United Kingdom bicentennial One Shilling, featuring a stunning young Queen Elizabeth II with the powerful inscription, Elizabeth II de Gratia Brit Om Regina. This isn't just any coin. This is a piece of royal history, draped in mystery, misprints, and unimaginable value. It's said to be one of the rarest treasures ever minted in the UK. And yes, it could be worth millions. Some call it the billionaire's shilling, and for good reason. What makes this particular one shilling so extraordinary is not just its age, but its anomalies. Minted in the mid-20th century during a transitional period in British history, it features the uncrowned young laureate bust of Queen Elizabeth II, flawlessly designed by Mary Gillick, whose initials, mind you, can be spotted subtly on the coin. Yet, what sends collectors into a frenzy is the royal Latin legend, Dei Gratia Brit, Dom, Regina. This translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen of all the Britons. Now, imagine this paired with a design that omits the Ind Imp title, an omission that some believe marks a unique post-imperial coinage mistake or test strike. That alone could mean a value that breaks records. Flip the coin, and you're met with the crowned English shield of arms, separating the date 1957, and encircled with the commanding inscription FID Def, Fide Defensor, Defender of the Faith, beneath, boldly engraved, One Shilling. And if your coin is an untouched, uncirculated version, mint state or proof condition, its worth skyrockets. Some private collectors have whispered figures that exceed $1.2 million for coins with perfect luster, sharp strike, and confirmed anomalies. Yes, you heard that right. This isn't just pocket change. This is royalty in metal form, an heirloom that could instantly catapult you into a new financial realm. But why is this coin so valuable? It's not just about the metal, though it is composed of high-quality copper-nickel alloy. It's the history. 1957 marked a moment of deep symbolic transition. The post-war world, the retreat of the British Empire, the modernization of monarchy. Queen Elizabeth had only just been crowned in 1953, and the coin's design reflects a world in flux. The missing Ind Imp is more than a detail. It's a historic marker, signaling Britain's shift away from imperial dominion. That means this coin is not just currency. It's a political and cultural artifact that speaks volumes. Collectors around the world crave this particular strike, not just for its beauty, but for its mystery. Some believe that limited test samples of this exact version were minted and never released publicly. Rumors swirl about a batch that was quietly pulled from circulation due to design inconsistencies or political sensitivities. If you happen to have one, you might be holding a piece of secret royal history. Auction houses are always on alert for these elusive shillings, with private deals sometimes sealed in hushed high-stakes environments, far from public eyes. Imagine this. You're cleaning out an old family drawer. You come across a handful of coins, and there it is. The weight in your hand feels like nothing, but in your future, it feels like everything. One confirmed owner in the past decade reportedly sold a pristine version of this shilling for close to $900,000 through a private European buyer. Another nearly flawless coin, verified through British numismatic authorities, was estimated at $750,000, but never went to public auction, as the offer came in too fast to resist. That's the demand we're talking about. If you're lucky enough to possess one, don't just toss it into a collector's box. Get it authenticated, graded, and insured. Then get ready for offers that might just leave you breathless. And for those still hunting, don't stop. Check your parents' or grandparents' old collections, antique stores, estate sales. This coin isn't a myth. It's a hidden fortune waiting to be uncovered. Owning one might not just make you rich, it might make you famous in the collector's world. The 1957 1 shilling stands as a gleaming symbol of unimaginable possibility. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious soul with a dusty coin jar, the potential here is real. This isn't fiction. This isn't fantasy. This is the story of a small piece of metal that holds the power to rewrite your financial future. Check your change. Dive into so. Next time someone tells you coins aren't valuable, show them this. The 1957 UK bicentennial 1 shilling isn't just rare, it's legendary, it's regal, and it's potentially worth millions. Could it make you the next unexpected millionaire? The answer might be sitting in your pocket or waiting to be discovered in a dusty drawer. Keep watching, because we've only just begun to uncover the stories behind the world's most valuable coins. Next up, imagine holding in your hand a coin that could change your entire life. A coin so rare, so unique, that collectors from across the globe are willing to pay jaw-dropping amounts just to possess it. We're talking about the incredibly mysterious and astonishingly valuable 1961 United Kingdom bicentennial 1 shilling. This isn't just an ordinary piece of pocket change. It's a portal to royal legacy, historical intrigue, and unimaginable fortune. It's the kind of treasure that could transform an ordinary individual into a millionaire overnight. And yet, it may be hiding right now in someone's old collection, forgotten and unrecognized. What makes this particular 1961 1 shilling so extraordinary isn't just its age or condition. It's the rare blend of monarchic representations and imperial inscriptions. This version uniquely features the young laureate bust of Queen Elizabeth II facing right with the prestigious legend, Elizabeth II, Dei Gratia Brit, Omne Regina, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen of all the Britons. This grand title alone ties it not just to the UK but to the entire network of British overseas territories and crown dependencies, echoing the global stretch of the once mighty empire. The coin is further marked with the initials MG, standing for designer Mary Gillick, whose regal rendering of the Queen became iconic. Now, here's where it gets fascinating. The reverse side of this coin doesn't feature Elizabeth II, but the uncrowned portrait of King George VI, a rarity for any coin post-1952, as he passed away in that year. The presence of George VI in this context suggests either a transitional, minting anomaly or an extremely rare commemorative issue not widely circulated. This is the secret that makes collectors absolutely crave it. Adorning the reverse is the crowned English shield of arms, dividing the date 1961, flanked by symbolic motifs, the thistle of Scotland and the shamrock of Ireland, uniting the nations under one powerful emblem of monarchy and strength. This isn't a coin that just sits in a drawer collecting dust. It tells the story of an empire, a dynasty, and a nation in transition. With inscriptions like Fid Def, Fide Defensor, or Defender of the Faith, and a detailed heraldic shield, the coin stands as a powerful reminder of Britain's enduring legacy and the monarchy's sacred bond with its people. Its craftsmanship is unmatched, its symbolism deeply rooted, and its design exudes royal grandeur. Every single detail, from the lettering to the edges, speaks of precision, honor, and timeless value. Collectors today are desperately hunting for this coin, especially those that match very specific markers. The absence of INDMP, clear minting by the Royal Mint, and pristine, uncirculated conditions. Coin forums, elite auction houses, and numismatic circles have whispered about a handful of these rare specimens commanding prices upwards of hundreds of thousands, and, in some cases, crossing into the millions. That's right. The numismatic value of this coin has skyrocketed, not merely because of its age or metal content, but because of its historical context, royal symbolism, and near-legendary scarcity. If you are one of the lucky few to discover This coin in a collection, a state, or even an old forgotten tin, you could be sitting on a literal fortune. The rare dual monarch connection with Queen Elizabeth II and King George VI, both linked to this coin, places it in a category so elite, so unique, that even the most seasoned collectors rarely encounter one. These aren't found in circulation anymore. They're locked in safes, showcased in museums, and whispered about in secretive collector circles. The myth, the allure, the obsession, it's real. This is your moment to look again. Check that old coin jar. Look through that inherited coin box. Because finding this 1961 1 shilling of unmatched pedigree and dual royal lineage could mean more than a piece of history. It could be the key to unimaginable wealth. But act fast. As the world begins to rediscover royal relics, these coins are being snapped up at an alarming rate. And each time one is bought, its value climbs even higher, becoming ever rarer and more desirable. Hidden in old collections and forgotten drawers, the 1961 United Kingdom bicentennial 1 shilling is no ordinary coin. It's a potential million-dollar treasure shrouded in royal history and numismatic MSO. Is the 1961 United Kingdom bicentennial 1 shilling the most valuable coin in British history? In terms of demand, symbolism, and rarity, yes, it absolutely could be. Its mystique alone drives fascination, and its price continues to soar. This isn't just a collector's item, it's a crown jewel, a numismatic phenomenon. And for those who recognize its worth, it's a chance at legacy, wealth, and an unforgettable connection to the royal past. Keep watching, stay curious, and who knows, the next treasure might just be sitting in your hands.